And you believe you could help anyone get to 500 referrals a year?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I believe
she didn't waver.
I believe there
all.
are people who can do more than that. I only go so far, but it's the whole.
So you could really ramp that up to 1,000 if you know what I mean.
Oh, absolutely. It's the whole standing on the shoulders of giants. So
Yeah.
if you see me, I'm using the little air quotes. If you see me as a giant because I average 500 referrals a year,
Right.
what if you stood on my shoulders? How much further could you see? How much, it's me doing it. I have a small team, but what if you have a team of 3, 4, 5 producers or agents on your team that are doing what I do? I'm the only one that does what I do for my agency, right?
Yeah.
That's all right. We know we could have a large agency. That's just not something we're working towards right now. It could certainly change, but yeah, I get 500.
Yeah.
There's something to say you can't get 700.
Would you rather have a massive insurance agency or a productive, successful insurance agency while helping thousands of others do the same thing?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm all about profitability.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine how big your book of business is, but how many people are you sharing that with?
You get that many
What's your-
referrals. You get
what's your
718
payroll?
referrals.
Yeah,
You're way more profitable than the person that's getting 7,000 leads.
absolutely.
Welcome back to the CA Power Players podcast. I got a special, fun, wild, and awesome guest today. Okay, CA Power Players podcast releases every Tuesday at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. So thanks for listening. Tell somebody else and keep listening. Okay, so for today's episode, I have Miss Jessica Stroud
Hey.
from Kansas City. Hello.
Hi.
Thank you so much for being here, by the way.
Absolutely.
So Danelle Delgado introduced us,
Oh,
which we got to admit that.
We love Danelle.
Absolutely.
Love Danelle.
Phenomenal. She's unbelievable.
Absolutely.
Okay. I didn't mention too that this podcast that we're on, by the way, Jessica, is you can get it on Apple,
Oh,
Spotify,
okay.
and even YouTube,
Wow.
which is kind of one of my personal favorites, right?
It's kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
I love it.
I don't know if I am, but YouTube is.
You
right?
You and YouTube together are a big
Yes.
deal.
So we're sitting in my office. You've got the couch and the basketball goal behind you,
Okay.
and the interesting plant in the corner, right? That's not real. And then I've got the Jaguar painting behind me.
It's gorgeous. So I get to stare at the Jaguar painting. It's pretty incredible. It's a
Yes.
lot bigger than what it looks like on social media. Just FYI, everyone.
Okay, good.
It's huge.
That's cool.
So I'm 5'9" and it's taller than me. So it has to be at least 6 feet.
Yeah.
6 feet.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. I'll take a picture just for everyone. I'll take a picture by it and we'll post it just so they have a reference.
Boom.
How about that?
That'd be awesome. Okay. That'd be awesome. Well,
It's gorgeous though.
thank you. I'm super excited for today's guest. Jessica owns Midwest Insurance Solutions out of Kansas City, and then also Lady CEO. We were talking through your journey and your story earlier at lunch,
Okay.
and you have a impressive resume. I want to start out by saying, here's why you need to keep listening to this podcast, okay? Number one, this is going to be a ton of fun. Number two, her insurance agency gets over 500 referrals a year,
Yeah.
and she can teach you to do the exact same thing,
Absolutely.
which is pretty powerful.
At the end of this, what would make my heart so happy is for the listeners to think, if Jessica can do it, I can do it.
Yes.
Right? So the part about the 500 referrals a year, so we average 500 referrals a year for the last 6 years. And while the 500 number is incredible, and even last year, I graciously received over 700 referrals, 718 referrals.
Wow.
As amazing as that is, I'm most proud of the longevity.
Yes.
Of the repeatability, right? Because we've all seen salespeople that come in, especially in insurance, and have a great year one or maybe even year two, and then that's it. It fizzles.
Correct.
And so as exciting as that is, it brings me such joy, the consistency at which I've been able to do that again and again and again.
It's crazy too. How many agencies out there are doing those kind of numbers from a referral standpoint
I don't know.
without having a ton of people.
Yep. We keep our staff small on purpose. We actually keep our service area small too. So if you think about Kansas City, right? Drop a pin in Kansas City, and then basically draw about like a hour long, 60-mile radius around Kansas City. That's where our referrals are coming from. Because what I don't want someone to hear is and think is, oh, they're coming from all over the United States. No, they're not. So Kansas City's in the middle, right? And we've got St. Louis over on this side. That's about 4 hours away. And then we've got Wichita over here on the Kansas side, a couple hours away. We don't even go into those markets. It's just within the Kansas City market. So again, I mention that because I don't want anyone to say, well, yes, you must have a huge area. No, I don't. I, on purpose, again, have a very concentrated and small area.
That's amazing. And you track it really well.
Oh, absolutely.
Because you said 718. You didn't say about 700.
Oh, I know my
numbers. We maybe, right? How important?
There was no maybe about it. That's exactly right.
No, everything you do when you speak, it's like you are certain about it, which I love.
Yes.
How do you track, and why? And why track?
Wow. Okay, so nobody stop listening just because I tell you this, okay?
You promise? Everybody put your right hand
up. Do you
up.
promise? Okay, you're really about to peek behind the curtain. And I live in Kansas, so I can say that, and it's funny. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. I have a pink sparkle notebook that I keep track of my referrals in.
What? Total surprise, because you got pink shoes, pink sweater, a pink Jeep on the way.
So was
I supposed to say that or no?
Oh, no, that's cool. You can say it. Oh, yeah. We're really looking forward to it. Yes, my husband ordered me a Tuscadero pink Jeep, and I'm very excited about it.
That's awesome.
But I'm very much I write a lot with my hands. Okay, I do wear a lot of color, and I am a very visual person, right? Yep. Everybody learns differently. Everybody processes differently. For me, It's very much handwritten. I like a lot of color, very bright.
So it's not necessarily notes in your phone. It's like actually writing.
That's exactly right. Yeah. So in 2016, right, I've only been at this for about 6 years. And in January of 2016, I pulled out a notebook. And for real, it has pink sparkles on the front of it. And I put the month and I put the year. And I used to just put the month, and then I got a couple of years in and I would go back and be like, okay, what year was that? So then I had to go back and put the years, right? I didn't even have that vision when I first started writing it down, because it felt different to me than an Excel spreadsheet or whatever. And so every month I flip to a new page. I write the year, or I write the month, I write the year. And then as the referrals come in, something else I want to make sure I point out is I don't have 100 different referral sources. I don't have 100 people sending me referrals. I have, I don't want to say a small number because it's a decent number, but I maybe have 15, maybe 20 people sending me referrals every year. Yeah. So
that's a good amount of referrals per year then.
Right. Oh yeah. So, but, and sometimes it changes, not, a specific person won't send me referrals every single month or whatever. I do have my regular, these relationships that I get, 4 or 5, 8, 10 referrals a month, sometimes even more from the same person. Yeah. And I write them. I write there. So as much as we say referrals, they're still people to me. And so I write the name. I write the name of the referral, and I write the name of who they came from, because what
you think this will ever merge into a Google Sheet at some point or anything?
Okay, so I do have staff. I do have a team member now who does take care of that and creates a report.
It'd be cool to analyze that data, by the way, right?
It means something to me to have. And I've had to switch to a new notebook now, which about broke my heart because the other one got full. But
horrible.
I know, but I look at it and it's a living and breathing thing for me.
Well, you put so much intentionality and focus on it that no wonder it grows, because you're every single day adding referrals to your little pink sparkly notebook.
It's not little, it's big.
Big pink sparkly notebook. How big are we talking? Like a normal notebook?
Oh no, it's like 8x10.
Like
8x10.
this?
Yes,
so
it's
like
just
a sheet
size.
of paper.
Yeah, that's it.
That's not small then.
No, it's
not. It was full. Now you're on to the new one.
I use different color pens when I write in it also.
By referral, they get a different color, or?
No, just I like there to be lots of, I like color. Why you got to come at me like that?
Yeah,
I like color. And
some of you are thinking like, you're thinking about like what color pen you're using, or you're not.
No, I am. I have, oh my gosh, I have a favorite pen. It's there.
I told y'all you guys would love Jessica, by the way.
Listen,
how cool is she?
I'm like, if I can do it with my pink sparkle notebook and my 4 colored pens from it's Tool, it's TUL, and I don't like the fine print because I don't like that. I like the medium point pen, and it's just. It's pretty. I'm very aesthetic. I like things to smell nice. Listen, I'm a total slob, just FYI. We're building a new house. Well, okay. My husband has taken on the responsibility of building us a new house, right? Working with the builder. And he said, we're going to build a house. It's going to have an office with bookshelves all over so that you can put all of your books in there because you've got books all over the house. And then when we were first talking with the builder and talking about my office specifically, he said, I need to make sure the door is frosted. We need frosted glass. I cannot see. I do not want to see into her office because it is an explosion of color.
Wreck.
Yeah, it's yeah. Listen, it's a creative space. Look, you have a painting that's not even hung up. Okay, so I don't even want to hear it. But
I know everybody says, when are you going to hang it? I'm like, I don't know if I
want
to hang it.
No, you don't have to. It makes it even more special that it's not. But that's how I
think,
process,
Dylan?
right?
Should we hang the painting or just leave it?
Just
he
leave
said
it.
Leave
That's
it.
fine. Leave
it's
it because
his
then
place
I can
is probably
stand,
a wreck too, right?
I can stand next to it. Creatives, I never saw myself as creative, but I have started to recently. But creatives, we know where everything is, but it's clear to us. It's not clear to others.
Yeah,
and while you would look at my pink sparkle notebook and go, okay, that's driving me crazy. I need a spreadsheet. I need whatever. When I talk about it, it brings me such joy that it brings you joy.
Yes, that's true. How do you keep track of how many referrals each person are giving you if you're physically writing it down on a piece of paper?
I count.
You're counting. And then where are you putting that
at the
data?
On the heading of the piece of paper.
Okay. So you've got some method to your madness here.
I'm going to send
right?
you.
I want a picture.
I'm going to send you a picture.
Okay.
It's literally.
You need to post it on social and tag me.
No.
You can't do that? Not till okay.
It's
you guys put your credit card in. We'll figure it out. No, I'm kidding.
Well, okay. At the end of the month, I do tally up how many did I get from each source because I do track everything.
I'm not saying share your sources. But
No, that's
cool
fine.
To see.
And then at the top, I keep a year. I keep how many? Okay, at the top of the paper, there is a method to this. So I keep a yearly total, like year-to-date total, and then I keep what was the exact total for that month, and then I also keep track of what's my monthly average for the year. I don't carry it over from the last year, but I want to know what am I averaging because I'm looking for trends. Am I trending up or am I trending down?
Yeah.
Because as
right now, are you trending up or down?
I am trending down.
Okay.
Yep.
She admitted it.
Sure. That's all right.
Still a lot of flipping referrals, even if you trend down a little bit.
Let's put it like this. 718 last year. If I only get 480 this year, is that a bad thing?
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
And I'm okay with that. I'm not scared of that. I'm like, great. Because that's what I keep track of, right? Because I also do look at the close ratio and the conversion ratio and all of that. But I don't.
Good conversion?
Yes. Yeah. Excellent conversion. Actually.
What's an excellent conversion?
Okay. So
statistically,
if we look at the overall number, let's say we have 50 referrals.
Sure.
Okay. So some of the referrals, they won't even talk to us. They'll be like, no, thanks or whatever. Right. Sure. But some, of course, we'll quote, and then we won't close everything that we quote. But if I personally graciously receive 50 referrals, we will write 32, 33 households from that.
Households?
Oh, yeah.
So policies is quite a bit more. That's awesome.
Absolutely. So funny you say that. Policies. Listen, when I have new agents or agents that have been somewhere else come and work for us, and they're like, "Why do this many policy count?" I'm like, "Yeah, but what's the premium? Because guess what? I get paid on premium. I don't know what's the premium, right? Where's that at? Where's the premium on that?" So that's the number smart. That I track. Yeah, but I do see a spreadsheet every month that tells us how many households.
So there are spreadsheets. That's good. We're getting there. This is really impressive, by the way. I mean, it's so cool. That's so cool. What's I've got several questions, really probably 3 or 4. What's the secret behind your success with referrals? I think I could probably guess after meeting you today.
Yeah.
But this is your show, not mine today.
No, it's not my show. Cody and I just went to lunch, and he said, "You're really good at getting me to talk about myself." And I said, "That's right.
I don't like that.
That's what's everybody." Okay, other than
Can't hang out with you ever again.
What's that other than you? Oh no, I did my fair share of talking. Like, you can imagine how my husband and I's first date went, right? Because I hadn't leaned into this yet, and I was blah 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 blah, and he's like quiet. So anyway, So the secret for me is I want to help you grow your business more than I want me to grow my business. So
most people would say BS.
Right? Oh, sure. That's fine. That's all right. Come hang out with me and you're going to see it.
That's
you know what?
true.
Look at my socials and you will see it, because you don't
I
see
felt
me.
it today. Yeah.
Yeah. You don't see me talking about auto and home insurance on Facebook and Instagram. What am I talking about? I'm talking about, here's how you get more referrals. Here's how you grow your business. Here's how you motivate your team. Like, I posted a video on my personal page today on Facebook, and it was, success is as easy as solving a Rubik's Cube. And it was a story about how my son, who is 11, can solve a Rubik's Cube in 2.5 minutes.
No freaking way.
2.5 minutes.
You need to video that. Have you videoed him doing that?
No. Listen, that's just my kid. He can also say his ABCs backwards.
What?
I know.
I could. It would just take me 17 minutes.
He gets the brainiac from his dad. But what happens?
He can actually say them without pausing.
And And you know what?
Jeez.
He put it to music in his head. He put it to a song in his head, and that's how he says it backwards. That's how he says it backwards. But with the Rubik's Cube, so look, I did a video today on success is as easy as solving a Rubik's Cube, because how did my son learn to solve a Rubik's Cube? Go watch the video, because it's got a fun story in there that I'm not going to share.
Okay,
but
cool.
He went to YouTube. He watched a video on YouTube. Cody, how do people grow their business? They watch you on YouTube, right? As entrepreneurs, how do people learn how to generate more referrals? They come and say, "Jess, help me," and I help them.
Yes.
But as entrepreneurs, we're like banging our head against the wall, like, I got to figure it out. But there's this thing called YouTube where you can figure anything out.
How to for everything.
It's okay, right? As the women, or the guys too, of course, let me look up this recipe or watch this video on how to smoke a brisket and be awesome at that.
Correct. But that's Landon, by the way, what you just said.
Oh, yeah. Landon, cool. Landon, come, let's have some brisket.
You could have 40 hours of conversation on barbecuing now.
But you know what? How many people will watch a video on how to do that, but they won't watch a video on how to be a better leader or how to whatever. Anyway.
Correct.
So
that's a great point.
I don't study how to grow insurance businesses. As a matter of fact, I don't spend a lot of time in the insurance industry. I go outside of it. And I say, how can I help other people? How can I help small businesses grow their business? Like, I read books, I go to seminars, I take courses, I pay money to take courses to learn. And it's not for me to grow my business. It's like, how can I help all my friends? Because guess what?
Right.
These people become my friends. How can I help my friends grow their business? Oh, and then this magic thing happens that they're like, okay, now Jessica's helped me and I want to help her.
Yeah. Which is such a good point too, because you're one of the few people that have sat there across from me that don't study insurance per se, because I don't either.
Yeah.
I study other people that are doing what I want to do.
Okay, we got underwriters, right? You got underwriters for that. I don't have to know anything. No. So the first year that I decided I was going to throw my hat into the insurance ring.
Mm-hmm. You're good.
Okay. The first year that I did that, I knew
She's watching me look at the computer. I was checking on I was watching Dylan check on all the audio and video and all this, right?
See, you're visual too. Yeah. Okay, don't look, shiny squirrel
syndrome. If I need to do something or pivot or, you know what I mean, or know what's going on, then, or if I need to pause and re-pick up, which we never do because Dylan's a freak. In a great, phenomenal way.
Because Dylan's a total professional.
Yeah.
So when I first jumped into insurance, it was 2016. I ended with.
Wow. So you've been in insurance like 5 years.
Yeah. I'm baby.
Not even 6, close to 6.
Almost 6. Yeah.
What month?
It will be 6 years, October the 31st this
you're really
year,
close.
that I decided to jump into the insurance industry.
Got it.
And then January of 2016 was when I was like, all right, I'm here. What am I doing? Time to figure this thing out.
Crazy. You got 718 referrals last year, and you've been doing it 5 years.
Right. The first year,
Anybody can do this.
the first year I ended at 348.
Your first year,
But
you
guess
got
what?
almost 7 referrals a week.
And I knew nothing about insurance.
And you're closing like
I knew
2/3 of them.
I knew nothing about it. I knew nothing about insurance.
Oh
right?
my
and
gosh.
so you don't get to
You're writing 4 policies a week just by households a week just by showing up.
in a very specific way.
very specific way.
intentional way. In a very intentional way.
But you can teach that though.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Mhm.
And where would just because we're gonna have some fun, where would they go to figure that out? Lady CEO?
No, go to www.learnfromjess.com.
Two S's?
Yeah, 2 S's. Learn
That's
from jess.com.
I like that. That's a simple domain to remember. Okay.
I mean, you could also go to www.referralswithoutaskingacademy.com, but who has time to spell all that out?
That's true.
And what do you want?
You want from Jess.
You want to learn from Jess. So that's where you
right.
go.
That's
Learnfromjess.com.
Okay, so I feel like how are you always staying top of mind and continuing to foster all those relationships? Okay, I feel like based on your personality today and knowing you the last few weeks, I feel like it has a lot to do with communication.
Absolutely.
And I feel like it also has a lot to do with you thinking outside the box and doing special stuff for people.
That's right.
Because you've done that. You sent our whole team, Dylan, this is the chick that sent our entire team that massive chocolate fruit bouquet that is, I don't even know what you call those. I forget.
They're called edible arrangements.
Edible arrangements. This massive edible arrangement. You guys can imagine like pineapple, apples,
strawberries,
grapes,
melons. Oh
melons.
my gosh.
There were. It was so big.
Yeah.
We actually, it took this office, the secure insurance group, people coming over from their office. It took all the people from marketing coming over just to put a dent in that thing. So thank you.
Yeah, of course, you're welcome.
She sent that a couple weeks ago, and then today you were like, "Hey," I said, "We want to go to lunch," and she said, "What about barbecue?" I'm like, "Why is she asking me if I want to go eat my favorite food? Like, what's going on here?" Well, tell them why. This is important. But people don't think this way.
I pay attention.
Yeah,
I pay
because I have
attention.
barbecue on my Instagram story like every Friday.
You know what? I pay attention because what do people want? What do we all want? We want to be heard.
Yeah.
We want to be heard. And okay, well, it just works out that edible arrangements is so amazing and all over the United States because fruit or food and gifts are my love language. If I can send a gift that is food, it makes my heart so happy. And I hope you like it, but hey, it makes me happy. So whatever,
Yeah.
right? But people want to feel special and they want to feel heard. It's like, I don't know, what is that? Maslow's hierarchy of whatever.
Sure.
So I just, in a not creepy way whatsoever, I promise, I pay attention and I do research. And so on the flip side of getting all of these referrals, one of the most amazing things that happened to me was in 2017, I got 615 referrals. Second year in business. Over 600 referrals.
615?
Right? Yeah. No, 608. Just say about 600. I'm sorry, 608.
Yeah, close enough.
Okay.
Jeez Louise.
But then,
that's amazing.
So that's 2017. In 2018, I was around 450-ish.
Okay.
And so what happened was I got real intentional on who I was going to. Oh my gosh. Okay. I got real. Yeah, I should be embarrassed, but I'm not. I got real intentional on who I would allow to send me referrals. Yeah. Because I realized I do make people feel special. I do help them grow their business. I do serve at such a high level.
Yes.
And if there was one referral partner I had that would send, I kid you not, almost 60 referrals a year, 60, 70 referrals a year. But it was like therapy every time I talked to them. They're always just dumping stuff on me. And I'm like,
the
I just
person
don't.
Or the
it was a person, an individual. Yeah. No. Okay, people who are filled with drama will send referrals that are filled with drama. Come
Got
on,
it.
we know that,
Got
right? If you have drama
good.
in your personal life,
That's
you're
good.
having drama in your business, and you're attracting people who also have drama.
Yeah, that sucks.
I don't need all that. But so now as an insurance agent, I'm going to certain people and saying, I don't think we're a good fit anymore. And how
Wow.
powerful is that? Because
Shut up.
No,
you're
would.
not.
Okay.
No
All right.
way.
Okay.
No way.
All
you
right.
guys believe this?
Okay.
She's like, oh, we're done. You are fired.
Listen, it was the whole, it's not me, it's you. Oh, no, wait, it's me, not you. But
I get too many. I don't need yours anymore.
Listen,
you should
I just
give them somebody
can't.
else.
No, and
Somebody on here is like, give them to me. Well, technically, I promise you, once you learn her system, you don't want them either, apparently.
it's just, I have to protect my energy, and I have to protect the integrity of the agency. And I
think your energy would be just fine, but you do got to protect it.
No, let's think about that though. If I have someone who sends me that many referrals a year, they're going to get top priority for me, right?
Correct.
I'm going to talk to them on a regular basis.
Weekly.
Maybe even more than that, because you don't get to that point without a true friendship, right? There's a friendship. And so if I'm talking to you and all you're doing every day is complaining about, you don't like this, you don't like what you do, you're complaining about your spouse, you're complaining about all that, that's bringing negative energy into me.
Toxic.
And all we have is our energy. That's all we have. And, you have a light, right? Everybody, you have a light. And if somebody is being negative around you and to you, that's dimming your light.
Yeah,
and that's not okay. And so you have to. So I had the privilege yesterday, we didn't even go into this, of having lunch with a young lady named Sophia, and she is 11, and she read my #1 best-selling book called The Lady CEO.
Wow.
And so she wrote a book report on it. And so,
wow.
Yes, yeah. And I was like, so there's some cuss words in there, right? She's like, yeah, my mom told me sometimes people say bad words for emphasis, right? That's all right. My kids learned all the bad words from me, so I'm okay with that, right?
Got it.
But one of the things that
You haven't dropped any yet. That's good.
I'm vanilla
Proud
today.
of you.
I'm wearing my pink sweater, so I'm strawberry.
Is that just
ice
because
cream
I
today.
don't? Or is it? Is this intentional?
Know thy audience. If
Yeah.
you come on my podcast, we're going to drop a few profanities, all right?
We or you?
Me and probably other people too. But yes, know your audience, know your host,
good.
all that.
I'm telling you guys, there's nuggets. Every time she's saying something, there's nuggets. Like there's things you can pick up and learn.
Yeah.
Because if that's part of her, but she realizes that I don't, it's really cool that she's just not on purpose, where a lot of people don't care. And then that's kind of like, I mean, a little whatever, but some people it's just like every other word,
Yeah. And it's not the big ones, it's the little ones,
Yeah.
the little cuss words.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I told her was,
like, you are a badass, right? Like that's what we're talking about.
Yes,
right?
we can talk about that.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I told her was, and again, this is me. I'm 43. I turned 43 in August. And this is me giving an 11-year-old girl advice, like life advice that she can understand. And I said, pay attention to your energy. Pay attention to how you feel when you're around people.
I just got goosebumps. I don't know if anybody else did, but I got goosebumps.
She's in 5th grade. And I said, when you're paying attention to some of the friends at school, do you feel good or do you feel bad? Do you feel energized or do you feel drained? And I told her the best thing that I've ever done for myself is spend time with people who, when I'm with them or thinking about them, that I just exude the positive energy. Now, it's not everything, right? And of course, your life is not all sunshine and rainbows. Neither is mine,
Oh, it's
right?
totally perfect.
Yeah,
all
absolutely. Well, being a leader isn't easy. Being a parent isn't easy.
Yeah.
Being a spouse isn't easy. But I'm always paying attention to my energy. So I think when I was leaving my cushy pharmaceutical sales job to go into insurance, that was a real struggle for me, feeling called to step out of the boat.
Yes.
But feeling so nervous to do that. And my husband said to me, so we've been married 17 years, and he said to me, you're the happy one. You're the happy one in this relationship. And if you're not happy, we will make changes.
Wow.
Because I'm the bubbly one, right? I'm the one that I control
There
the.
ain't no lying about that.
You're a thermostat or you're
Yeah.
a thermometer.
Yes.
Are you reading the temperature or are you controlling the temperature?
Yep.
When I walk in a room, when I walk in a conversation, when I interact with people, I am a thermostat. I am controlling the temperature.
That's good.
I'm controlling the energy.
That's good. You remind me a lot of my wife.
I like your wife.
Yeah. She's very bubbly as well.
Right?
Yeah, very.
And if
very.
she wasn't, it would affect your energy. And you would say,
Completely.
hey, what's going on? We got to fix whatever's wrong with whatever's upsetting you. We got to fix it because I'm not the same without your bubbly personality.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. I need to send her this part of the episode. She would love that.
Why don't you send her some flowers?
Oh, yes, the whole
take
thing.
some
Actually,
flowers home tonight.
I should do that.
Absolutely.
I actually surprised her a few weeks ago. I said just because it's Wednesday from Joanna Man, the movie.
Oh, no, I don't know that.
It was. Are you kidding me?
I'm sorry.
You got to watch that.
I'll
It's
make a note.
hilarious. Joanna Man. So, it was on the movie. It was like just because it's Wednesday. I think I said just because it's Friday. Maybe I think it was a Friday because she was at the track, and it was new, and she was dealing with a lot. I'm like, you know what? I was out of town too. And I was out of town a lot in September. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do something special. I need to do that. I need to do more of that. How do people like me and other people listening that aren't good at doing sporadic, awesome, incredible things for people? It doesn't come to our brain.
Okay.
How do we help that?
You put it on your calendar.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You put it on your calendar.
So do you do that with a lot of your referrals partners?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's become habit now. But in the beginning, I would put it on my calendar every 2 weeks. I had a notification on my phone, send someone flowers. Send someone flowers. And
Every Tuesday.
Yep, every Tuesday, send someone flowers. And I would say, all right, who do I want to send flowers to? If it's a guy, right? That's how I discovered edible arrangements. How do I...
Thank you for sending me an edible arrangement, not a bouquet of flowers.
Okay.
It's very nice of you.
Yeah. So, listen though. So this isn't just women, right? This is guys. Now it's me as a woman sending people gifts, but gentlemen, you can also send gifts, right? So there's this thing called, I think it's called the Manly Company. Oh my gosh. Here's a nugget right here. You can order a bouquet of beef jerky flowers.
Shut up.
I kid you not. If there is not, so with edible arrangements, I can get them
They
there
didn't
on
even have to sponsor the episode to get that released either.
So so with flowers and edible arrangements, I can get them delivered on a certain day, right? But with the beef jerky flowers, it's cool. They come in a heavy glass and all
Dylan
that.
stood up now after you started talking about beef jerky
he stood
flowers.
because there was a beeping behind me. That's what he said. So, but with that, you can't say what day it's going to arrive, right? Because it's shipped through UPS or whatever. But so if it's not time sensitive, I'm telling you, people open that beef jerky flowers and they're like, "What is this?"
What else do they do there?
But you don't. Oh, they take strips, okay, of beef jerky, and you can have a message printed on a strip of beef jerky. I'm telling you, go to the website.
nuts.
I don't
The
even know what the
Manly
website
Company.
is. Oh yes, it's amazing.
Oh my God.
But you know what? You know what it all comes back to? I want people to have certain feelings associated with me. And when I send a gift that I know that they will like,
They remember.
Yeah. It makes a first impression before I even step in. Before
True. True. That's so powerful.
Mm-hmm.
And it also, there's a lot of ways you can take that, right? It helps.
Mm-hmm.
It helps your relationship with them before you meet them, either way, or after you meet them. It also, like, if I see you on social, I'm more likely to stop because of what just happened recently, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Also, people are going to share what happens.
Mm-hmm.
That helps you on social.
Mm-hmm.
People don't think about that aspect, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people feel obligated to reciprocate and return the value. There's a lot of ways you could take that.
Yep.
Yeah, that's good.
Yep. So I have a podcast, and it's called the Lady CEO Show. And when we're booking these guests to be on my podcast, I wanted people to show up for my podcast, right?
In person?
No, not in person.
Oh,
just through
gotcha,
Zoom.
Gotcha.
But I wanted them to show up because some of them, they didn't know me. They didn't like me. Or not, I don't say they didn't like me. I shouldn't say that. But they didn't know me. And maybe they didn't know they liked me quite yet because, everybody likes me.
You
No,
wanted
that's
them
not
to
true.
really show up, though. That's what you mean. Yeah.
I wanted them to treat it like a priority. So I sent every single one of them a gift.
Wow.
Yep. Every single
Who does
one of
this?
them a
You?
gift.
Or you have an
I do
assistant
it.
that helps with some of this?
No, I should probably get somebody to
I
help
can't
me. No, I
imagine
do it.
me doing that.
I
all
do
the
it.
time. Wow.
Well, I mean,
I just need to be more like
I'm
you.
not as important as you are,
Yeah,
so
right.
I
Come
can order my own gifts.
But they're good when you order them too. Yeah.
But you know what? It brings me joy. It brings
Yes.
me when I'm like, oh, I wonder what time it's going to be delivered. Did they get it yet? And I'm checking Instagram like, yes, they got it. Yes.
Do they, is that what they normally? I mean, most people tag you. And like a thank
yeah,
you.
sure. Most people do. Yeah.
They
But I
should.
get a notification. I get an email back from Edible Arrangements that says that they delivered it. Yeah. And I'm like,
Got
yay.
it. I had to shoot a video of that edible arrangement like 5 times because
come?
my Instagram app kept crashing or it kept just spinning and wouldn't post to the story. So finally, I shot a video on my phone and then just uploaded. I'm like, geez Louise. My team was laughing. They're like,
I know,
you
and
posted that same.
they kept grabbing the fruit too. There was some missing
yeah.
by the time you got it.
Exactly.
I was like, yes, they've been eating it.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
That was so cool.
However, something else too is I paid attention to the number of people that I saw in your videos because it was important
You
for
sent
me.
a massive one.
It was important for me not to just send something to you.
We looked that
but
up. That wasn't cheap.
Yeah. Well, don't be looking it up. Stop it.
My team looked it up.
So listen. Okay, but whatever. So, okay, well, I'll just add that to the bill. So it was important to me that I didn't just send it to you and your wife. You know, if I send a gift, I want it to be for you and your family, but I wanted it to be something that everyone, because your team is clearly very important to you because you talk about them on a daily basis, right? True. You and I, we don't get to where we are without having incredible people around us. So that was something I paid attention to.
It's funny you say that. We hit 52,000 subscribers today.
Nice.
And large majority of that is because of Dylan, for sure.
Dylan, you're the best.
I may be like incredibly handsome, but without him.
Oh, are you?
It just doesn't happen.
He's the brains.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, totally. You kidding me? Totally. What have we not covered that we should have? What did you want to say on the way down here that you thought about that we haven't said yet?
So I want to go back to the part where I say, if I can do it, you can do it. Okay. So we've talked about, guys, I don't have a big insurance background. I knew almost nothing. Like I knew what auto and home insurance was because I had it. Barely.
Yeah.
I didn't know the product inside and out before I jumped in. Okay?
That's such a good point.
I didn't know hardly anyone in my market. Okay, I was a pharmaceutical sales rep, and guess what? I had that job for 9 months while I was building up my insurance book of business because
they probably hated to see you leave.
Yeah, I was okay.
You did pretty good.
I was the number one territory. Yes, because again, food is
Did
my
they
love
offer
language.
You more money?
No, No.
What?
Okay. Do you want to know the real story?
I'm actually curious now.
Okay. So what happened was
because okay, for example, we have people come and go through here.
Okay.
And I feel like my job is to do whatever we can to keep them here.
Okay.
Right.
Yep.
So when I hear someone leaving, we've had people leave.
Mm-hmm.
I always think, man, what could I have done differently? You know,
okay.
Like you said earlier when we were talking about something like accepting responsibility, right? So
with me, there was nothing they could have done, and actually,
you say that.
Nope, there was nothing they could have done. Zilch.
$1 million a year
because I was chasing a dream.
Gotcha.
I was changing lifestyle.
Equity in the pharmaceutical company.
Man. Okay, I'm a liar. It was a big one too.
That was a huge one.
It was Janssen, J&J Pharmaceutical. It was a big one.
Yeah.
So,
I'm
but
kidding,
what
awesome.
really happened was I was a shining star for many years. I was all in. I know this can be really hard for you to believe, okay? But I have a tiny bit of an obsessive personality, okay? And when I go all in on something, I'm going all in. So when I went all in trying to build, because what happened was I couldn't leave my pharmaceutical sales job until I basically replaced my income. Right. I had a good salary. We're a 2-income family. I had a good salary. I had medical benefits for a family of 4 that the company paid for.
What kind of money
I got
did you make there?
Quarterly bonuses. The salary was $60K.
Yeah.
And then I had, bonuses. What we pay, or bonuses were $2,000-$3,000 a quarter at least. I had a company car with a gas
some
card.
Commissions or no?
Huh?
Some commissions too.
No, that's where the bonuses would come in.
Got it.
And then, so I was easily compensating $100K a year.
Yes,
okay?
Exactly.
And that was great. And I grew my territory. I had 2 brand new drugs that I was bringing to market. I grew that territory. I obsessed over it. I did amazing. But then what happened was when I decided I wanted to go into insurance, that started to slip. So what really happened towards the end of August, it was because you have pharmaceutical sales partners, you have other partners that help you. What really started happening was, hey, your performance is slipping. Hey, and so it wasn't they weren't trying to make me stay because they knew something else was going on.
Yes.
So as much as I can sit here and say I left, I was offered the opportunity to leave.
Exactly.
Because they could just tell, right? They knew I wasn't causing problems. I wasn't doing bad things by any means, but I was to where I was doing the bare minimum because of what I had built over on the insurance side.
Gotcha.
I was just milking it into the end.
And you were using a lot of the same strategies that you use in insurance probably when you were doing that, and it probably worked.
Yeah.
Weird.
Huh.
Yeah.
So
and you believe you could help anyone get to 500 referrals a year?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I believe
she didn't waver.
I believe there are people who can do more than that. I only go so far, but it's the whole.
So you could really ramp that up to 1,000 if you know what I mean.
Oh, absolutely. It's the whole standing on the shoulders of giants. So if you see me, I'm using the little air quotes. If you see me as a giant because I average 500 referrals a year, what if you stood on my shoulders? How much further could you see? How much, it's me doing it. I have a small team, but what if you have a team of 3, 4, 5 producers or agents on your team that are doing what I do? I'm the only one that does what I do for my agency, right? That's all right. We know we could have a large agency. That's just not something we're working towards right now. It could certainly change, but I get 500. Yeah. There's something to say you can't get 700.
Would you rather have a massive insurance agency or a productive, successful insurance agency while helping thousands of others do the same thing?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm all about profitability.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine how big your book of business is, but how many people are you sharing that with?
Well, you get that many referrals. You get 718 referrals.
Yeah.
You're way more profitable than the person that's getting 7,000 leads.
Absolutely.
Right?
Well, maybe. Depends on what your conversion rate is.
Yeah. Well,
Depends
their
on what your
conversion rate isn't 70% on leads.
Okay.
So there you go. Jeez, this has been good.
It's a lot of fun.
This has been fun, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Where do they go to learn more about you? And obviously, you love Facebook.
I do love Facebook. Yes, I'm trying to get better at Instagram.
Well, why don't y'all help her get better at Instagram then, and go follow her on Instagram?
I got like 1,200 followers.
Okay.
So yes, please go and follow me on Instagram. I think we get
you, I don't know, maybe a couple hundred more, right?
Ooh, that'd be awesome. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm right at 1,200 right now. It depends on what you need help with. Okay, here's the real deal. Go to learnfromjess.com, right? I'm gonna
look it up right now.
It's a page. It tells you a little bit about me. Oh, my actual numbers are on there. Because I'm a big person
smart.
about, I want you to, let's talk real numbers. Let's don't talk hypothetical things.
Yes.
Here's real numbers. And then you can jump into the academy. It's just a small monthly fee. It's not expensive, I promise.
It's what
listen,
kind of,
that's my favorite yoga pose in the whole wide world.
That's a yoga pose on the first page of the website. Yeah. I love it.
But listen, if you need help with something, if you can slide into my DMs, right? Either on Instagram or Facebook. Here's what I'll say. It's only weird if you make it weird. It's not weird for me. I love meeting new people.
Correct.
But it's only weird if you make it weird. So don't make it weird. Just slide on in and say, here's what I need help with, and we'll see if we can help you.
I love that. I love that you said now you referrals without asking.
Uh-huh.
Referrals without asking. That's
because
a strong tagline. That's good.
I own the trademark, just FYI, like with the government and everything.
Grab it.
Nope. Oh, so here's something fun.
Yeah.
I knew when I first got into insurance that I could not be that person that would go to the BNI and that would go to the networking and do all that and be like, hey, it's Jessica. I met you yesterday. Can I quote your insurance?
Yeah.
A, that's not my personality, but B, I talk a lot about energy. I wouldn't feel authentic doing that. And so the whole Referrals Without Asking program and the whole Referrals Without Asking Academy came about because I had to find a way where I felt authentic and I felt energized. And honestly, for being real, that I felt like I deserved those referrals.
Yes.
So you hear me say,
because it's got to it's got a shelf life.
Yep.
If you don't
Yep.
deserve them.
If it's a one-way relationship, that's exactly right. And I do not enter into one-way relationships. It's just not, I'm just not doing it.
That's
so
good.
I have to, you hear me say, I graciously received those referrals because people gave them to me. I didn't take them. They gave them to me.
Yes.
But I make sure that I give just as much in value to them.
That's so good.
And that's how I do it.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Well, this has been an amazing podcast.
Thanks.
You've given phenomenal results.
It's been a good time.
Okay. I'm going to finish with some of your numbers so that people can realize.
Yes, give the real ones.
Holy freak. So if you go to learnfromjess.com, which I'm looking at, 313 referrals in 2016, 587 referrals in 2017. That's a big jump. Back down to 453 in 18 after becoming more selective refer partners, which I see why now. 528 referrals in 2019, and then 718 last year in 2020. This year, at the point we're recording this, you're probably on pace for another 450 or so, 450, 500 this year.
We're right on pace. Yeah, we're right on average for 500 this year.
500 this year. So back, yeah, that's great. And anyone can have a great year and generate a lot of business by using this system. That's powerful. Okay. Well, thank you for being here. Thank you for the edible arrangement for the whole team. Matt, the biggest edible arrangement I've ever seen. This has been awesome. Okay. So thank you for being here.
Absolutely.
And being
You're
on
welcome.
this and being a part of this.
Sure.
We'll do a lot more together. Those that are listening to CA Power Players podcast every Tuesday at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, make sure that you go show Jessica Stroud some love. Thanks for listening. If you love this video, you know I got another one that you're going to love. I got a video just to your right here. Click on that. It's going to be amazing. You're going to love it. And I'll see you in there. You guys also talk about, like, if you're not spending $1,000 a week in leads, and maybe your philosophy is a tad different. I just heard this recently from somebody else, that you're part-time.